doing things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think it's so, I think even today people understand how powerful brand is. They still underestimate how powerful it is if they actually do it every single day.
Yeah.
All the time.
It's true.
I really do. I don't, like, you see so much content. The other day I was on Instagram, and it's funny now. I think Instagram's taken a bit of a turn. It's like every video I was flicking on, it was like almost ad-like. Like everyone's just trying to sell you something. It's like, buy this and you'll get this. Or here's how I got 33,000 followers. Here's how I can make you have a six-pack in 6 days. You know, and that's what all it is. It's a lot of people trying to educate and sell on that platform.
But also, I think the algorithm now is heavily pushing towards whatever you watch.
Oh, without a doubt.
So, like, you would be getting hooked on those. You would be consuming those videos. So that's how it's feeding.
That's right. I believe that too, because I make those videos too, in the sense of educational. I don't. Like we were speaking about it in the last episode, where we don't ask for things. I very rarely ask for anything in a piece of content that I'm making, and the same with this podcast. I very rarely go, "Hey, buy this product now." I think other than strategic paid ads, if I'm doing a free piece of content, it's very rare that I'll say, "Hey, buy this."
That was the same with me on my podcast.
Yeah.
We never had advertisers. We never pushed a business consulting course. We didn't do anything. It was just, we're making content to make content. And we got to 58, 59 episodes, and we never had an ad, never paid for advertisement, anything.
But here's
we
the
just
other
were
thing.
doing it for us, our legacy.
I think it's also nothing wrong with that either. You are in business. You're supposed to sell.
To ads.
Of course. Like, I'm just saying, even from a perspective of doing a piece of content from a branding perspective and trying to sell something. I've actually done it before. I've done a story where I said, for the first 5 people that get in touch with me, I've got a special offer for you, and I'm going to give you this. And then I sold them a package.
Yeah.
And people bought it. I did an Instagram live topic during COVID. And I was like, cool, I've got this whole policy around how you can combat COVID in your construction company. And I said, if anyone is interested in buying that, in me sending you this, it's going to cost you $230 or whatever I sold it for. And then I'm sending like 10 packages.
Wow.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck? How do I make something out of nothing? And I just made over $1,000 in the space of half an hour.
Yeah.
Couldn't believe it. And that was just once. And imagine you can do that consistently with so many other things. You'd kill it.
But that's also where posting content helps, because the social medias will push you because you make so much content. So when you do post that story once off, you're still on the top of everyone's feed.
Yeah.
Whereas if I post today, because I haven't posted in 2 weeks on my personal page, it might be detrimental.
Yeah.
Last time I posted was the business flight.
Yeah, but also they do reward you for posting when you don't post. So if you post once and you haven't posted for 2 months, that post will get more reach than any other post you've done. Because they want you to post more. Because the more content they have, the more they can feed people, the more people stay on the platform. I also read somewhere the other day that apparently the best... So it will show more people based on how many likes you get, how many shares you get, right? Blah, blah, blah. But so you haven't been on, it will show more people. People share your content, it will show more people. People save your content, it will show more people. People share your content off the platform, meaning they click share, they click copy link, and they send it to someone who's not on the platform, and it brings them on the platform. That's the highest reward, because it's bringing people who weren't even on, you know what I mean? But they do reward you more. Like, I've not posted for like 5 days, and then posted, and all of a sudden that got 3 times more views than everything else. It was the same type of video. You know, they reward you for that.
But your performance was better.
What do you mean?
Pizza.
You spoke better on camera.
He was making love to the pizza.
Yeah, there was more passion. It was a good pizza.
No, I'm not talking about the pizza review. But yeah, the pizza reviews go off. Yeah. But I'm not talking about that. But yeah. Full circle.
Full circle.
Like the shape of a pizza.
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
But yeah, interestingly enough, I've been doing a lot of renovations lately. So I've been on the tools. I did the beauty salon, and then this week we got into my girlfriend's grandmother's house. Gutted out the whole bathroom. We're documenting the whole thing. And then we're going to edit that down into something. But my passion's cooking, but I'm I'm choosing to do 10 to 12 hours of renovation.
Yeah.
So when I come home, I don't want to cook a meal.
Yeah.
I'm ordering a pizza. So then I lose what I care about because of the reality of day to day. And yes, it's an excuse. I'm not saying it's not, but It's just the reality of sometimes when I'm back home in Melbourne, I want to be doing certain things, and that's where my schedule is.
But also, you cook to cook, don't cook to eat.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, cook because you like the process of cooking. I used to tell people, I'm not a big fan of fish, and I go fishing though. And then people will be like, you go fishing? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, you don't eat fish? And I'm like, nah. And they'll be like, why do you go fishing? And I'm like, do you think I'll go fishing because I'm hungry? Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cook to cook, don't cook to eat. I think you just got to make it happen, like Sundays, something. Like, find a way to make it a part of your life so that it just becomes, make the game easy to win.
Make the game easy to win.
Happens like clockwork. Like this, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We could easily not do this.
Oh man, you saw I was working up until the second I stepped into this room. You know what I mean? So Iggy comes in, he's like, "Yo, what the fuck? We're starting." I said, I'm coming. I'm on my way.
Even one footstep before you got in, you were barking orders, and then you're like, "All right, cool, I'm turning on."
Yeah. So yeah, you're right. It takes effort. It takes prioritizing it.
Yeah, I was working yesterday. I had to stop what I was doing to go and do like that. Even the pizza thing. It's not
Yeah,
easy.
that's right.
I got to still stop what I'm doing. Had to force Iggy to come out of his way to meet me in South Bank so we could go, and I could take 20 minutes out of my day to do this pizza review.
There's also it's with anything, man. Like I now prioritize going to the gym. I'll do that often during business hours. I make it an important meeting because it's something that needs to be done.
Yeah, or like date night.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
without a
You can
doubt.
do the same
How
thing and be
funny.
like-
My missus today, she calls me and she's like, what the fuck? I'm like, what? She goes, we didn't do breakfast today. Like, because we scheduled it in like, every Friday. I said, yeah, fuck, I'm busy today. I couldn't do it. She said, all right, I'll remember that next time. But it's funny because it's like, no, we scheduled it. We've scheduled it
Yeah.
every week. And this week I couldn't do it this week. But, it's our weekly catch up to go through stuff. Because we get home, similar, I'll get home and it's like, cool, dinner, bath the kids, watch some TV, go to bed. It's like the same thing every
just
night.
a routine.
How was your day? What'd you do? What's this? Blah, 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 blah. And it's like, yep, cool. So,
Especially when you go to bed at 8:30.
well, I go to
Yeah,
bed before
obviously.
the kids put me to bed. And then they get themselves sorted. So, yeah, fun times. Oh, we've got a late one tomorrow. I've got a mate's 40th, so
Yeah.
it'll be at least 10:30 before I
Yeah.
get to bed.
Well, what we used to say on the podcast is what gets scheduled gets done.
Yeah,
So if you don't schedule it, it won't get done.
And that's another reason why the other day, when I said the other day, a few weeks back now, a couple of months, I've hired a PA. And for that exact reason, to schedule shit for me and get me in line. Like someone called the office today and it's like, oh, this person, Luke, wants to speak to you. I go, who is he? I've never heard of him. Oh, it's about this, this, and this. No, you don't get time with me. I don't know who you are. I knew who he was once it was explained to me, but I was like, no, like, you've called me up out of the blue. I'm not available.
Yeah.
If I was and I had time to talk, I said, yeah, look, no worries. We'll have a quick chat. But no, schedule a time that suits me, or I know what his question was relating. Well, go speak to the team. You don't need to speak to me. That's what they're employed to do. They're the ones that you got to go through.
And that's the hardest transition
Yeah.
that you're going to have an encounter in the next 12 months.
It's going to be interesting. It's going to be a learning process for me because I haven't done it before, first of all. But also to be just, no, this is your race. You need to run it. I've just got to watch and cheer.
Well, today I was at one of the businesses and the phone was going off and I was standing next to a team member and she wasn't in the middle of a service and she just grabbed the phone and answered it and talked. But I could have grabbed the phone and done it. But it's not why I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm there to help build the business. I'm not there to be
Because you have
part of
few
the
businesses
business.
too.
Yeah.
It's like you say, you can't be the barber, the baker, the florist, the
brow and lash technician.
You've got to let them do their job.
Yeah, and I'll be standing there helping them book in something if they need something,
Yeah, of
or if
course,
they want
of
to bounce
course.
an idea. I'm there.
Oh,
but
without a doubt.
I'm not going to be the one answering the phones. Not because I'm better than that. Don't get me wrong. I will do it if I have to do it. If she was in a service, I'll be answering that phone.
Yeah.
But she was available, so I just let it go.
Yeah.
So here's a question.
Looks loaded.
I've been thinking about this for like 6 minutes. I was waiting for you guys to come together. How long have you wanted to make content for?
How long?
Yeah. He asked you what's on for the next 12 months. You spoke about wanting to make more content. How long have you wanted to do that? Because we've had this conversation
We've had it
before.
many times.
Yeah.
Probably since 8 months ago. I think I first hit you up about the cooking content.
Now, last week, we spoke about having goals on your goals list and not doing it, and it's still being on your goals list.
Yeah.
remember?
How do I forget?
Why do you think you haven't done it yet?
Lazy. That's it. I'm just lazy.
But you do other stuff.
Yeah, it seems like it's like what's the most prioritized thing now, or what do I most need to do now? And content is never
Yeah.
the top of that list.
But it's always on the list.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Sorry?
yes. Yeah, I took the words.
But it's always on the list.
It's always on the list.
So why is it always, if it's not important, why is it always on
Because
the
it
list?
seems like I'm more reactive a lot of the time.
Yeah. Do you feel pressure to make it? Because that's the thing that everyone has to do these days. So it's
I feel like,
fuck,
yes,
I better put it on
definitely.
there.
Yeah.
I think there is an element of that too.
You sent me a reel today. We talk in reels. We have a real relationship.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, we're like, if you look at our convo, it's just real,
Yeah.
and it's just reactions.
Just laughing.
There's no words.
And then every so often there is a, why are you gay?
You sent me the reel today of the guy saying 2024 businesses, because they have to become a content creator, or whatever
yeah.
it was.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that, how they're
that
like,
one.
what are we doing?
Yeah.
So you feel pressure to create content.
Yes, to an essence.
Pressure enough to put it on the list, but not pressure enough to do something about it.
Yes.
So what are you going to do?
Nothing. Gonna keep being lazy.
Will you set goals for 2025?
Yes.
Will this be on the list?
Yes. But
It's
but
publicly announced now, yeah?
No, but I need to put a parameter in it. Is it 2 videos a week rather than just 5 in the week, or yeah. So maybe I'll do 2 pieces of cooking content a week.
Yeah, or maybe you do at least this.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
at least 2.
Minimum, yeah. Right? It's like, we need to at least do this. I need to at least make sure that this is the minimum. It's not to say I won't do more, but I'm going to go to the gym at least 3 days a week. I'm going to eat clean at least 5 days a week, or record 2 videos, or cook 1 dinner, or invite Robbie to every dinner that I cook. Whatever it is.
Then I'll stop cooking.
Hold the camera.
I love you, but I don't love you that much.
Come on, man. I'm working on it. But yeah, it's interesting because last week we did talk about, we were talking about goals, and I looked at my list and I had a goal on there that I hadn't done. That had been on there for quite some time, like a few years. And I'm like, why do I keep writing this down and not doing anything about it? And it's funny how like, it's funny that you mentioned that as well, George, because like sometimes it is external pressures. Fuck, everyone's doing this, fucking and then you feel like you need to fit into these lines, right? Like, let me drive in the middle of the road like everyone else, in between these 2 lines. What are you going to do if you don't do it?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no consequence. That's the problem. If there was a consequence behind it, so it's cool. You need to create 10 pieces of content in the next week. It's like, oh, yeah, okay. You agree to it. Like, cool, I'm going to do it. No worries. Then
But-
day 10, you've done 6.
Here's a better
Alright.
question. Why?
Okay, before you say that.
Oh, sorry, go.
And then it's like, okay, create 10 pieces of content by this time next week.
Yeah.
I'm going to cut off both your arms. You're going to make 10 pieces of content.
Yeah, I think we were talking about this last time, but
so, like,
in
what's the
relation to
motivation?
money.
Yeah, but what is it? I think for you to create that content to not be lazy, you need to connect it with a greater purpose to go, well, I can understand me doing this because it will get me that. I can understand me doing this because I will get this. And that's how I linked my fitness, was like, okay, I don't want to be out of shape, unfit, unhealthy, because then I can be doing this for longer. I can be playing with my kids for longer. I can be up on stage. It's like you said, what's the meaning of elite a little while ago? And it's like, I felt that I was contradicting myself when I'm up on stage and saying, be a high performer, yet I'm not a high performer in all aspects of my life, like my fitness, for example, in that instance. And as I said, I've never been obese. I've been, chubby around the edges, but now it's like, no, well, why don't you be the same as you were, or not better than when you were 25 or 22? You can still do that. You're still strong. You've still got plenty of energy. So I linked it to something more meaningful to me. And then I think if you can do that, if it's important enough to you, you'll do it. That's all it comes down to.
So why is it important to you?
See, before we go there,
Yeah.
I think a lot of my ego is getting involved. I think the fact that I'm presenting, cooking, developing recipes for large chains, and they're feeding so many people with my recipes, my concepts, my ideas, and then to come back onto social media and post a video that gets 2 views and 1 like, whatever it is. I think it's a hit to the ego. I'm letting my ego get involved in the process rather than me wanting to put it out. So I went to Hungry Jack's recently in Sydney and presented them with, I think, 6 menu options, and they're putting 2 onto their menu. So now, yes, it's Burger King or Hungry Jack's, but 2 of those items are something that I developed and is being rolled out around the country. Now, I went to Taiwan last week and presented 7-Eleven, and they're taking on one of those items. They got 6,000 stores in 7-Eleven. That's 6,000 potential new clients every day that are trying my recipes. So then to come back onto social media and get 1 like with 3 views or 10 views, that's a kick to my ego. So I'm probably talking myself out of posting because it's about the likes rather than it's about the process and what I love and the passion.
Yeah, appreciate your honesty there. I think that bothers a lot of me.
Yeah.
But that goes back to what you said before as well. Like, if you don't let it get to you when you get 10,000 views and you're like, whatever, like even when you get 100 likes, cool. Or you get 3 likes, cool. Like, you need to build that level of, I'm going to stay here. I'm not going to go here. And I'm lifting my hand up really high for those listening. And I'm not going to go to the bottom either. Like, I'm not going to let it hit rock bottom when I don't. Do you know what I mean? And I think it's about maintaining that middle section and just knowing. I think people need to play the long game with this. I think people need to say, okay, cool. Like, I've made a commitment. I'm going to do 100 pizza reviews. I'm doing fucking 5 right now. I'm going to do 100. Probably going to put on a lot of weight. It's fine. I'll just do 75 hard at the end. But I'm going to do 100.
Or a water fast.
Huh?
Or a water fast.
Or a water fast. I've said, okay, cool. Like, before you decide whether this is going to be a thing or not, don't stop till we've done 100. And I'll do 100 and then I'll say, okay, cool. Am I going to continue to do this or not?
Here's the other thing.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click just over here. Or if you want to watch the full episode, you can click over here. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and thanks for watching.